Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. And Scotland are through to an international tournament. I can't believe I'm actually saying it. It doesn't feel real coming out of my mouth. For the first time in my lifetime, and for the first time in 22 years, Scotland will be playing at an international tournament in the Euros next year. It's going to be mad. I can't believe we've done it. The fashion that we've done it in, everything. It's a special edition of the back pages today, ladies and gentlemen. A historic episode of the back pages. Perhaps some of the most historic back pages of a newspaper we'll see in terms of Scottish sporting history for a long, long time, and especially in the last few years. So let's just jump right into that. Before we go any further, I'd like to quickly shout out the channel sponsors in the top line of the description. Make sure to go and download the OneFootball app using my link. The OneFootball app, of course, as you already know from some of my videos, is one of the best footballing apps out there. Everything to keep up with scores, everything to keep up with tournaments, international tournaments and players, everything else that you need to look at. Make sure to check it out. It's got pretty much everything you need if you want to keep up with players between now and the Euros next year. See what their stats are like, see who could potentially be picked for each country. Then this is the app to do it on. It gives you everything you need. Nothing's better. Make sure to go and check it out. The link is in the top line of the description. So obviously, the back pages is usually a series I do every so often, every week, either a Sunday or a Monday morning, to kind of discuss what the papers are saying in the world of Scottish football, to do with Celtic, Rangers and the rest of the clubs. But today, what a historic set of back pages we've been given. I still can't believe we've done it. It's so typically Scottish that we've done it in the way we did. And if you've seen my reaction on TSF last night, I'm a bit lost for words. It's a kind of pinch me moment. Is this real? Am I imagining it? Am I dreaming it? No, it happened. And as you can see, it's not even on the back page. The front page of the Daily Record this morning. We're back. That's it. We're back. That's the best way to put it. As the proclaimers say, we're on our way. And I'm absolutely buzzing, man. It couldn't have happened to a better bunch of lads. Over the years, we've had our Barry Fergusons, our Scott Browns, our James McFaddens, our Darren Fletchers, Davy Weirs, all these players, Stevie McManus, all these players who were big, all these players who were some of the best our country's produced, and yet we couldn't get to a national tournament. Somehow through cheating on occasions, somehow it was down to near misses, just all these different things has screwed us up. And last night, if we did screw it up, which looked like it was going to happen at a point, it would have been the worst one yet easily, but we didn't. And as you can see with Scott McTominay's reaction there, unbelievable. I'm still just overcome with sheer joy. After 22 long years, Scotland have finally qualified for a major football tournament again, beating Serbia in a nerve-wracking, sudden death penalty shootout in Belgrave. And we march with Steve Clarke's army to the Euros. Look, I knew it from the start. We all said it from the start, a lot of us. We knew Steve Clarke was the man for the job. When McLeish was gone and we knew there was someone else going to be coming in, the one man that we all said was Steve Clarke, a man with a vision, a man with a plan, a man who could manage our way to a national tournament, and he's done it. And you know what, if it's 1-0 wins, if it's penalty shootouts, if it's however it has to be done, as long as it's done, I will take it. It was agonising, it was torture, it was magical. This is our time, and this is our V-night. Mate, I am just still in disbelief at how it was done. David Marshall, hero. Build a statue. Get one down outside Hampden Park. Lyndon Dykes, get a big baldy statue down there as well. Steve Clarke admitted he shed tears of pride on the greatest night of his career as Scotland survived a penalty shootout to end 22 years of international agony. The national boss led his team into the history books in Belgrade as he saw off a sickening Serbian leveller to nail a place in next summer's European Championships. Look, I was sitting watching the game with David last night, of course, from Talk Scottish Football, and the minute that equaliser went in the 90th minute, I have never felt such disgust at a goal in my life. Even as a Celtic supporter, I've seen some sickeners being scored into this. I've seen 90th minute winners, I've seen equalisers, I've seen goals that just dampen the mood of a stadium. But, you know, when you're this close to getting through to your first national tournament in your lifetime, and the first in 22 years, generations have come and gone, a generation's come and gone, you know, it's sickening, disgusting when you see it hit the back of the net, and it was so typical of Scotland to let that happen. A moment of a lapse of concentration after playing so well for 89 minutes. To let that happen was just disgusting. But we still got through by hook by crook. We'd done it. And I'm buzzing. Steve Clarke has solidified himself as a national treasure, as an icon, one of the greatest Scottish footballing figures of, you know what, of all time. And that's the truth. There is no over-exaggeration. This moment is huge for everybody in Scotland that goes from your average Joe like myself to the men at the top, to your football coaches, to your players. All these guys, they are all national heroes, as the record is saying here on the headline at the top. Your beauty says it all. You couldn't put it more Scottish and more perfect than that. Your beauty. And you know what? Fair play to Stevie Clarke. He's some manager, and when you watch teams like that, these Scotland teams get these 1-0 wins, it makes you wonder, what would it be like if he was managing a Celtic team in Europe? We could go as far as we want, as far as we believe, if he was in charge of Celtic in Europe. He knows how to set up against these teams who are arguably more quality filled than us, better than us. He knows how to set up. His defensive strategy is great, but we still do exciting things going forward. We'll talk about the players in a moment, we'll talk about the performance. 22 years of failure gives way to unbridled joy. Lads, you're all national heroes. And this is one of my favourites. This is going to go up on the wall, this, Yes sir, I can boogie. I don't even know if you can see it right. There you go, it's falling apart. I'm covering my mouth and everything, you probably can't hear me, who cares? At a moment like this, your head just turns to mush. Every sort of statistical analysis, every sort of actual proper breakdown that you want to give the game, it just disappears because it's moments of, as the record says, unbridled joy. You're full of emotion, and that is what Scotland done last night. For so long, Scotland have gave you reasons not to care, not to get behind them, not to watch them, because you know they're going to constantly let you down. Steve Clarke and his team and his squad have brought something back, something that you want to actually watch. Got my tickets booked for London for a reason. Look, we can boogie. We're boogieing all the way to the Euros. And it couldn't happen to a better bunch of lads. The record have given out their player ratings. Let me tell you right now, my player ratings goes as far as this. A 9 for every player last night. Look, every player that started that game was unbelievable. There was not a foot put wrong until that 90th minute. McTominay maybe drops to an 8 because of that lapse of concentration at the end. But he made up for it with his penalty. His penalty was brilliant. Every player done a job last night. David Marshall, hero. Stephen O'Donnell, unbelievable. Declan Gallagher, pocketed Mitrovic. Kieran Tierney, he's KT. He does KT things. Robbo, leading the team. McGinn, I talk about Rooney being my favourite non-Celtic player of all time and perhaps my favourite player of all time. John McGinn is slowly and surely overtaking him. Why did Celtic not pay him money? What a player. Scott McTominay, brilliant until that stupid moment. Ryan Jack, amazing. McGregor, strolled it. Christie, magical. Dykes. We thought we had it in Fletcher. We thought it could have been Jordan Rhodes. We thought we had it in Griffiths. We've had all these strikers at Scotland that came and gone and were meant to be the ones to lead us to glory. And who thought it would be to be Australian striker at Livy? What a player, man. And that Baldy doing a world of good. Every player in that part last night was brilliant. As a Celtic channel, let's talk about the Celtic players for a minute. McGregor. He strolled it, he walked the game. The way he carried the ball was magical. The way he moved the team forward, the way he brought a new dimension into the game. Ryan Jack beside him, let's give props to Jack for a minute. What a player. Made McGregor's job so easy. And the two of them playing together was unbelievable. Put rivalries aside for a minute. What a partnership in the middle of the park that was last night. Jack doing the dirty work, getting the ball. He was really good at passing it, he sprayed it out wide. If he had to, gave it to O'Donnell, would move the ball forward. But McGregor, carrying it, both of them worked so well together. Christie, do that for Celtic more often, son. What a strike. Back to the goal, posting in. Unbelievable from Ryan Christie. As you can tell, I'm just overcome with joy, man. It's something I didn't think I would see the way that it was going for Scotland. And now that it has, it's took me aback. And just buzzing. Griffiths coming on, scoring the penalty, do a lot of good for his confidence too. Look, every player in the park last night should be proud of what they do, and now we go to the Euros next year with a big smile on our face. Martial arts expert. What a save from David Marshall. And that is... It's just special, man. Special. Lost for words still. Very quickly, Scottish Daily Mail, which also has a bit on the front. Last gasp heroes, but here we are. Simply put, no puns needed, no shite comedy needed. Right there, we did it. That's all you need. We did it. It's been over 2 decades of pain, humiliation, but on a sodden and dramatic night in Serbia, Scotland refused to buckle and found the strength to end their finals exile. Oh man, just the videos of the team celebrating, the photos of the team celebrating. David Marshall, so typically Scottish of him, not to get over his head, not to celebrate. He knew there could have been pain coming, but when he got the nod from the referee saying that was it, you know, sprinting away to join the team, the scenes. And watching Christie's interview was just, It was emotional, man. It was really emotional. Savour the thrill of this moment, because by God, we deserve it. And we do deserve it. We've deserved it for years. We've had so many moments we've been close. This close. Stevie Clark has done it. He's took us there. He's took us to the promised land. And I can't wait to be down in London next year to watch us play England. Look, let me end the video off on this. I fancy our chances next year, lads. Scotland right now are playing great. You've got to think about it this way. At the Euros next year, we'll have Jamesy Forrest back. We'll have Ryan Fraser back. We'll potentially have players like Nisbet in the squad. Mate, we could do it. A couple of 1-0 wins is not off the cards for us the way we're doing it right now. England are nothing special. Croatia have dipped since the World Cup final of 2018. Czech Republic, who are they? We've beaten them twice. Let's get this vaccine out and let's all get there. What a week it's been. And it's brought a wee bit of light at the end of a dark, dark tunnel, which is 2020. And I'm very, very proud of the boys. Very proud of Scotland. And it's a moment to savour being Scottish for a change when it comes to football. It's a very proud moment. And I love it. You know what? See everybody who's commenting on the Talk Scottish Football videos saying, oh, I couldn't care less, only care about the clubs, so I get it right up you. Get it right up you for a moment. Look, if you're from Scotland, if you're born in Scotland, you should be supporting your country. You should be proud of this moment, because fuck me, we've waited so long for it. Anyway, that's it. I'm unbridled with joy. Still can't really put it together. Heeds Mush might be like that for a couple of days. I tip my hat. FM tonight. See you all next time.